All right, this wasn't going to be a video, but Lance, here's your saw. I've already contacted him. I'm waiting to hear back. There's what came out of the tank. I am not positive what that is by color. That's why I reached out to him, or what ratio. This is a 2511, relatively new. He does not have a lot of runtime on this. I will tell you the carb settings. You know, typically when they leave the factory, your low and high are counterclockwise screwed out until these limiter screws stop. So it would be at its richest setting. The high side screw was tightened in just a little bit, so some tuning had been done on this. To say it was in perfect tune, I don't know. I never even cranked it up, said it was good running saw, just needed some more power. So I pulled this down, and here, let's take a look at, see if I can get this up against something. Here's a spark plug. Let me take you in a little closer. You know, not quite the burn you're looking for. Decent amount of carbon buildup, and these come with CMR 7Hs. Typically, everything that runs these smaller 10mm thread plugs is a 6. In NGK world, that is a hotter plug, and the 7 is a cooler plug. But here's what we got. You know, we're going to get him on some decent oil, but you know, the ring is still free, but boy, there's, here, let me get that back past the, oof, mercy. You know, nothing wrong with it. You know, you can see the light scratches, if I catch it in the light just so, and that's your carbon scoring right there. This is from carbon buildup. So we'll buff this just a little bit with something super duper fine. Combustion chambers all caked up. You know, nothing hurt. Just, you know, look at that exhaust port. Ugh. Here, I can grab my flashlight. Oh yeah, runs fine. I don't have any problems with yada, yada, yada. And you guys wonder what motivates me to talk about, you know, run better oil, do your due diligence. That's not good, man. You can do so much better than that. A little bit of coking there in your transfers, which is indicative of something this isn't just tune. This is a, you know, an FB oil, you know, a little carbon scratching in there. Now, you know, the reflection makes that look 10 times worse. I've got all this light on it. If I look at it with a naked eye, I mean, there's nothing hurt there by any stretch. But you'll be surprised when you use a phone and some light, you can see what's up. All right, I'll finish up the performance work. Hopefully he'll get back with me in a little bit and we can fill in the blank of what's in the cup. Okay, I think I got more time invested in, and I didn't get all that, but it took a while. I mean, I chewed up a razor blade trying to get the carbon off the crown of the piston. It was pretty thick, but everything in here cleaned up nice. I did buff the piston with a little bit of gray Scotch-Brite. That's their extra fine, super fine, and it doesn't seem to mar that, and was just able to clean it up without hurting that. Got the ring lane cleaned out, rings all tidied up, port work's done. Got some of the carbon out of the combustion. The rest of that will make its way out. And I did, let's take you in there. So most of that's gone. I just lightly sanded with like some 400 and then buffed it with some red Scotch-Brite to get that to clean up. I don't do a ton. There's a little widening of the intake port, and raise that just so I get rid of the divot, widen it just a touch. Got some of the big nasty carbon out of there. This exhaust port's plenty big. You don't have to do anything with it. Here was that spark screen that was in there. She was pretty cakey, to say the least. Now, you know, can't chalk this up to everything in the bottle or what's in the cup, but it's certainly not from mixing it too rich, because that's awful light. Still haven't heard back. I'm going to put this back together, make some test cuts. Muffler mod's done. You can see how grody the muffler was. I need to chamfer that just a little bit more. I raise this just a little bit. If you look really close, you tell I've been there. Yeah, I could smooth out just a touch more, but you have to. No matter how low you put this exhaust port, you're still gonna, if you don't clearance it now, you will clearance it with some heat. So anyway, let's put this mess back together and see how she runs. One last thing, just to show you the power of what a little itty bitty two-stroke can do. I don't have ginormous hands, I'm normal. There's your reference. A 2.5 gallon mix bottle is bigger than this little 25cc engine. All right, just to show you that this is truly a low hour saw and that carbon built up, more likely from a tune issue. It would have been more forgiving, but if you look there on the star drive and the star sprocket, I mean, there's hardly any wear on this. Now, he dropped it off without a bar and chain. I've got a spare bar and just spun up a loop of 63 PS, which is the only true full chisel climbing chain left on the market. All right, just a little proof of life video. These things idle up a little high just to keep them running. I don't think the carbon's very well matched, but regardless, let's throw this thing in some wood. I got some nice seasoned oak right here, and let's let her rip. Y'all come on. Whoops. There you have it. I think our big takeaway on this today is, if you can't tune your saw, make sure somebody who knows does. I believe all of that, you know, an oil may contribute to that kind of carbon buildup so fast, but more probably being out of tune than anything else. Anyway, so everything's all cleaned up. He runs great, and you know, we'll talk about, you know, what oil he's running, and maybe we can get him kind of tidied up. But at least it's in tune now. He shouldn't have any issues. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Throw me a thumbs up if this was good.